Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're looking at a lovely set called Nothing Better Than. And I overlooked this set to start off with, but it has got some just lovely different things that you can do. So if you enjoy coffee, cookies, cocktails or chocolate, you can put all sorts of different sayings in. So today's plan, consume chocolate. I'm pretty sure tomorrow will be too. A day without cookies is like, just kidding, I have no idea. Or coffee or cocktails. Or there's lots of things that you can do with it. And it has a coordinating die set, and the dies are really good because let me just open them up. You have all of the outlines so that you've got your cocktails, you've got your cookies, you've got your chocolates, you've got your cup of coffee. And then you've got the words that you can die cut. So you can die cut coffee, cookies, cocktails and chocolate. And then there is a large stamp, which I probably won't use, but it says, love you more than. So you can cut it, love you more than chocolate, love you more than cookies, love you more than coffee, which is great if you're doing it for, you know, a couples or something like that. So we are going to do a card today with the cookies, and I'm going to do the sentiment of today is a cookies kind of day. So that's the plan. So we've got the little cookies die and we've got the coffee. Now I've done a little bit of this, the cookies. I've done a little bit of this beforehand, because something else which I got was these, which are, let's read them, foam adhesive sheets. Now, they are a bit like our dimensional sort of size, but they are quite a bit fatter. So let me just get some dimensionals out to show you the difference in the size, because they are, as I say, quite a lot thicker. So if I take, those are dimensionals, those are the sheets. So they are probably half again as thick, but they are, and they're a bit bigger. So that's a dimensional sheet. So you can see that they are bigger. But you get, how many do you get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You get 6 sheets, and you can cut them down into little pieces and use them for quite a lot of things. So what I've done is, the best way I've found of doing these is that you cut your, so I've taken a piece of the cinnamon cider, because I thought cinnamon cider was sort of cookie coloured. And you take your die and you put this across on here and you stick it on first. So just cut the amount of the die. So let me show you what I've done. Okay, so you put this on, you stick this to the sheet, and then you run it through your die cutting machine. Now, I've done this before, because obviously it takes a little while. So run it through this way first, and then what I do is turn it over and run it through that way, so that you know, because it's quite an intricate little thing, you know that you've got the pieces in. Then what I did was I took my take your pick tool, and this is why I've done this bit beforehand, because it takes a minute or so, and you pick out the little pieces in the center. So this has got just the little backing, but you pick all of these little pieces out first while it's in the die, because if you do it when it's out of the die, it can go out of shape, and B can get just a little bit fiddly, but you can see this bit does take a few moments. And as I say, this is why I did most of it beforehand, but this is just the backing paper piece. But you can see the pieces are really tiny, so pick all of those out first, and then what I would do is you then want to release the die, leaving it in. So again, this is going to take a few moments, but I wanted you to see this part. So if you release the die inside the leaving it inside the backing piece, because being quite a intricate die, what happens is that if you take it all out first, it's easy for the die to get out of shape. So just literally work your way through. And as I say, it's a little bit finicky, but it is worth doing it. Now I've got this little piece in the center there, so I'm hoping that's going to come out all right. It's the first time I've used this one, so the take your pick tool is absolutely brilliant, because you can literally just very gently put it through, and then the die comes out and you've still got all the words inside. So we can put the die out of the way. And then I've got my sheet which measures 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5/8 by 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 5/8. So that's my piece to go in the middle. But cut your piece down however you want it. And then we are going to, so we then need to take off just the adhesive backing on here. So again, just very carefully take this piece off. And again, you need to make sure that the other part is still stuck down. So you can see how it is quite a little fiddly piece, but it does come off relatively easily. You just need to take your time. And obviously, if you're not doing an intricate die, you can take it out. But you see on here, I just want to make sure that that piece is stuck down. So very carefully just take it out. So we've now got all of that apart from my little eye, which I think might be really tricky, but we'll have a go. So I'm just going to try and take just the backing off of that eye and leave the rest of it in. Can I get it out? No, I'm going to have to try and put that in afterwards actually. So we haven't got the dot on there. Now I'm going to have today is, so up at the top, and so I'm going to just line this up with my grid paper, and then I can put the cookies down. So I can put it down here, line it up so that it's centered, and then press that down so it's where it should be. And then I will be able to take the backing off, holding it down, like that, and it is now all exactly in the right place. Now let's see if we can get this little eye where we want it. It's very tiny. There we go. Take that on there. And so the eye needs to go just about there. So, oops. Oh, this is a difficult little bit. Now, let's try and get that straight. Press that down. Right, okay, so, and then if there's any tiny little pieces that are just sort of stuck in there, take your pick tool and you can take it out. But you can see the actual dimension that you get on it. There's another tiny little piece on here. Is lovely, and it looks so professional as well. So I'm really pleased with that. So that's our cookies, and then obviously you've got the negative if you happen to want to do something with the negative. But that was the easiest way I found. I tried taking it out first of all, and it was all sort of, you know, long and squiggly. So so that's how I did it. So we can throw that little bit in the bin. Now we're going to have wording. Today is and kind of day. So let's try and find those upside down. Today is kind of day. Right, so let's get these ones out. Haven't used these ones yet, so that's one. And that's the other. Okay, so I need to get let's get a little block out. Just get my blocks out. I have my blocks in a case, which you can get for all your blocks. It keeps them nice and clean and safe and all the rest of it. So I'm going to use the little word one because that will work perfectly. So let's get that one out. I can just put those down in case I need another one. Okay, so today is, now with these ones, it's always a good idea to put them down and then pick them up. Then you know that they're going to be straight, although that's not straight, but it doesn't really matter because it's in photopolymer. Now I think I'm going to do the wording slightly darker, so excuse me while I reach out and grab. I'm going to do it in soft suede because I want it, the words of this just a little bit darker. So Stamp It Up, and I'm just going to use a little scrappy piece here because it's the first time I've used it. Perfect. Oh, lovely. Nice thin font on there as well. So excuse my head if it comes in because I want to try and get this fairly straight. Today is A. So that's that one. Get my scrub out. My Simply Chamois. So that's that one. And then we'll have kind of day. Whoops. So again, I'm just turning it round the right way. Whoops. They're always very sticky when they come out to start off with. But as I say, put them down and then take the block to it like that. And again, the first time, people say condition your stamps. All I do is just use them and stamp it down to start off with, and then you can see that you've got it where you want. Now, we want the distance to be about the same, so we're going to have it down on there. So today is a cookies kind of day, yes. I think cookies or chocolate or coffee, I love all of those. And again, if I'm going out, it's nice occasionally to have a fancy cocktail. So these are going to be perfect for, I'm just going to put them on there for now. I'll put them back in the case afterwards. So today is a cookies kind of day. Now we need to do our cookies. So I've taken the the matching cardstock. There is the in colours, and I thought this side was quite good because they're almost sort of little like round cookies anyway. The other side of it has that sort of textured, and I thought that that looked quite like a cookie. So what we're going to do is, and I've done a few of these out, but we're going to take the cinnamon cider. We could actually take, let me try it with the soft suede, and that'll make them just a little bit darker. So we'll have a look and see what that looks like. So I've done a few tone on tone, and then that one is, yeah, actually that might be nicer. So 1, 2, 3, and then we need to get the coordinating die, which is, I'm going to have to put this back in on, oh no I'm not, because I don't need that bit, do I? Coordinating die. Let's have a look through the dies and find the, there it is, the little cookie die, and then I can put this in on here like that and just run them through my big shots. So bear with me a second, my big shot's just on the side. I'm just going to pop these through quickly. So I've done them, these are the ones that I've done in the tone on tone. So they would sort of go like that, and that's darker. So I'm just going to take one out to just see the difference. So bear with me a second. Let's see if I can get one out. Okay, so that's die cut in the darker. There's not a huge amount of difference actually, so I can work with one or the other. But we could actually make the one in the centre. Yeah, there's very little difference actually, so I'm going to stay with those. Now what I want to do is to have 2 of them, so we'll have one like that, and we'll have one tucked in that way, and then we'll have the third one like that, because I quite like to have 3 cookies. So let's get some dimensionals out, and we'll put the dimensionals on the cookies. One, 2, 3. I really like, as I say, the amount of different things that you can do with this. So we're going to have one sort of there. I was going to have the other one in the top, wasn't I? I'm going to have one there, like that. Then this one was going to come in, yep. I'll have the other one in. But that's the one that's going to go on the side there like that. So just covering it, so you've got one whole cookie, well 2 whole cookies and one with a little bite out of it. And then we can tuck this one in. In on there, I think, yeah, and in sort of a line like that will work. Okay, so those are our cookies on there, and as I say, I love the way that that stands out. It is worth all the faffing about on it. Okay, so we then have 1/4 of an inch wider on this one. So this is going to measure do the measurements for you. This is 4 3/4 by 2 3/4. So it's not quite quarter, but it's about just a little bit over 1/8, but 1/8 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch, whatever you actually want to do. Then that one is going to go on there like that. So we'll put that down. I'm not going to do all the gluing down now. I will do it afterwards, because otherwise the video's going to go too long. But put that in on there like that. And you've got a really fun card. Today is a cookies kind of day. And I like sending cards to, you know, friends and things, and something which is just a little bit whimsical, you know, a little bit amusing, and fun to do. And as I say, I really like the fact of using the coordinating cardstock, that you've got the sort of cookie bit at the back, and you've got the that sort of texture that you get when you've made some homemade cookies. So nothing better than coordinating die set. You can get it at the moment as a bundle, and the dies, let me just give you the name of those ones if you just wanted the dies. So Love You More Than Dies and Nothing Better Than. Get them together as a bundle, you get 10% off. So as I say, I'm going to do a few cards with these. So the first one is cookies. I think we'll come and do a chocolate one, and then we'll do a coffee. So thank you so much for watching me. Do look forward to seeing you again. As always, stay safe and well, and be kind. Bye-bye.